Okay, the commands to set switch port as port security applicable only for Cisco switch. So steps to restrict traffic through a port by limiting and identifying MAC addresses of the stations allowed to access the port. This means um, the steps that we are going to follow uh, to limit the number of MAC addresses that the port can contain. So if we list 10 MAC addresses, so the port will support only those 10 MAC addresses. If some other attacker with a malicious intent tries to connect to the port and tries to MAC spoofing, then the port will not accept. Similarly, it will also limit the total number of MAC addresses. If the maximum MAC address for a port is 10, then more than 10 MAC addresses it will not allow. So this is what we are trying to do here, and the commands are shown below. So first, interface ID we have to give, enters the interface configuration mode. So we are entering into the configuration mode. We are trying to change the configuration of the switch and switch ports. So first command is this. Now, so what are we trying to do? We are trying to um, change the configuration of the switch port. So that's the reason we have to give this command, switch port mode access. So this command sets the interface mode as access. An interface in the default mode cannot be configured as secure port. So the mode has to be first changed to access. Only then we can set the port to secure port. That's the reason we are setting the mode to access. So the next command, we are setting the switch port to port security. So first we set the mode to access, and then we change the port to port security. And the fourth command, so switch port security maximum value. So what is the maximum value the port can take? Actually, the range is 123072 and default is 1. So if we give 100, then that particular port can accept up to 10 MAC addresses. So in case if there is a more than the maximum value, what should happen is given in the next command. So switch port security, there is a violation, then either restrict or shut down. Next, so switch port security limit rate invalid source MAC. If there is a number of ports is within the maximum value, but there is a request from a MAC ID which is not present in the table. So the MAC ID, the requested MAC ID is an invalid MAC ID. So in that case, what the switch should do? So first it is telling it has to limit the bad packets, and then in the next command, switch port security MAC address. So range of MAC address or the accepted MAC address we are giving here. Switch port security MAC address, like this we can give, or the range also we can give. Switch port security MAC address sticky. Enable sticky learning on the interface. Then end. So we have ended setting the configuration. Returns to the privilege exec mode. And after this, if we want to verify whether we have set the configuration correctly or not, we can say show port security and the address, just to verify the entries.